Hello and welcome. You join me, ADG, and here we are for round 3 or race 3 of the Mature Racing Club Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. This week's first race is at the Red Bull Ring, as you can see from the banner above the track, which is in Spielberg in Austria. It's quite a challenging track with 10 corners and it covers 2.68 miles altogether. So, without much further ado, we'll go through the qualifying order. Just to give it a bit of context, there's a half-an-hour qualifying session that goes into this effort. So, F124YS doing a really good job putting it in pole position after half an hour's hard effort. In the Porsche Cayman, GT Deli is in second in the Porsche Cayman, White Shark in third in the Cayman, Robus in fourth in Guess What the Cayman, Dangly Balls in fifth in the Cayman as well, Rafael 09 in the Cayman in sixth, Super Gaz, the first of the non-Caymans, in seventh in the BMW M4, ADG123, which is me, in 8th position in the Ferrari 458, Bales Tonovic also in the Ferrari 458 in 9th place, and Diablo not having the best qualifying session this week and finds himself coming up the rear of everyone in 10th place. So without much further ado, we will skip back up to Dan, just because I want to give it some comparison to last week. We saw Dan have a really good start. I forget which race it was now, my bad memory, but we saw Dan have a really good start last week, and I made a point of showing it all. So we see this week he has a good start again, but he's got Robus to the right hand side of him, down his inside as they head into T1 for the first time. Robus, look, just takes a very odd line through the first corner there, cuts across in front of Dan, and Dan has nowhere to go, ends up making a bit of contact with Robus and drops quite a lot of momentum as everyone starts piling past him down the straight. So a bit of a moment there from Robus with a bit of an odd line through T1, but not causing too much trouble, just affecting Dan a little bit down the straight. So Bale's got the run on Rafael. Bale started in 9th, so he's had a really good start up into 5th already and looking for the inside line side by side with Rafael. Ended up making a bit of contact. Not sure if Rafael knew he was there, but Bale backed off, sat back in behind in 5th place and let the racing continue. So up front we've got White Shark right on the back of Deli. We'll be tuning into this quite a bit over the next half an hour. And we've still got F1 in the lead. F1 already pulling a half a second, I would guess, about roughly there. Lead away from GT Deli on the last couple of corners now towards the end of lap 1. So like I say, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this battle as it develops and carries on throughout the race. So skip back down to Robus, skip up that camera angle a little bit. We've got Robus right on the back of Dan now, going for the inside line again on Dan into T1 and running it a little bit wide onto the exit. Subaru Gaz, we see him going off track there and rejoining in 9th place. I won't cut back and show you the action, but Gaz nearly went into the back of Bales Tonovic on the brakes, into braking into T1, so he thought better of it, avoided the contact, pulled off to the left hand side and went really deep into the corner. So that's what we saw him coming back from then. So unfortunately he did the right thing to avoid the contact on the person in front, but he's dropped down into 9th place because of that. So we've got Dan now. He's broken away a little bit from Robus, pulled a little bit of a gap, and now he's just concentrating on catching the back of the Ferrari 458, driven by myself. So Dan getting right onto my back bumper as we come out of there. He actually gave me a little touch as I went defensive. And that little touch made all the difference, so it kept me in front through that corner. Even though I opened up the corner for Dan to have an opportunity down the inside. He just didn't seem to have the momentum going in his favour. He's doing a good job of putting quite a bit of pressure on the back of me now, is Dan. and is looking to the right hand side down the straight. Oops, excuse me, God. Oh, get it all out at once. Excuse me. He's looking to the right hand side for the inside line into T2. Heavy on the brakes, down a few gears. Normally come out of there in second place, second gear myself. So yep, we see Dan taking 6th place off me with a nice clean move down the inside. So we'll skip up to Delhi and see what's going on between these two. We've got Delhi on the inside, White Shark on the outside, side by side, heading towards the last couple of corners of the track in sector 3. Really good pressure and good clean racing going on from GT Delhi and White Shark here. Giving each other room. Delhi knows he's at the apex, so he took a wide line. It's good driving. Plenty of awareness shown, which is all you can ask for really. So GT Delhi dropping into 3rd now and White Shark into 2nd. Good overtake there from White Shark. We're going into T2, we're going to join Robus on the start of lap 4. The field's getting a little bit spread out now, but still some decent racing to be had through this one. So we see Robus just taking a bit of a wide exit there and just loses the momentum as he tries to get it going, coming out of the slow right-hander, and Subaru Gaz takes 8th place off him. Robos looking to get the position back though, but not managing that time round through that corner. So good move from Gaz up into 8th place. See Robos there just running it a little bit wide, getting a little bit of understeer and not really doing much about it and just heading into the gravel. So a bit unfortunate there for Robos on lap 4, but quite fortunate for Diablo because it's not right at the back anymore, so up into 9th place. So we'll stick with Gaz for a lap or 2 as chases me incredibly closely. There's a very similar battle going on between GT Delhi and White Shark, and also me and Subaru Gaz. So we'll be checking in on both of those battles throughout the race. Hopefully I'll do them justice and we'll catch the overtakes when they happen. I've already done a video of mine and Gaz's race, just mine and Gaz's race, because it was one of the best races I've ever had. Just for half an hour's worth of constant fear from behind and having to do my best to stay in front. So yeah, we won't stick with this too much, but keep glancing at it just to give you an idea of the context of the race between other people as well and the people behind us. Gaz doing another good move there and taking 7th place, diving down the inside, just getting the momentum and the pace through the corner. Mid-corner speed was a bit more than mine and it just drove past me, quite frankly, down the inside. So good move there from Subaru Gaz, but I'm reluctant to let him go, as you can see in his mirror. Anyway, we'll skip up to GT Delhi. We've got Delhi pretty much in the same position as Subaru Gaz is, looking right at the back of someone else's bumper, or was, should I say, Subaru Gaz. So just staying in the slipstream, trying to gain the pace down the straight, but don't quite get side by side, so just sticks behind, it does Delhi, and brakes nice and early so to avoid any contact. And just sticks behind White Shark for now. battling away for second place, so it's always good. Just on a slight personal note, whilst I watch this, I'm really enjoying this league so far. I feel like I've had 4 good races, yet to have a good result, but that's by the by. At the end of the day, I am here for racing and fun. If I can get some good results, then fair play, and it's always puts a smile on my face, but it's not the end of the world so long as we have some decent racing. So good start to the season from us lot in Group 3 or League 3. Good luck there from Delhi, but not quite managing to make it work, so he's still stuck behind White Shark. I forgot his name then for a second. I have got back past Subaru Gaz, but as we can see, Subaru Gaz is looking for the position back straight away, so we're battling away for 7th place here. Gaz going down the inside. I was aware he was there, so I gave him room at the apex. And now we're side by side as we head down the long straight into T2. Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier. I mentioned it on another video, but it's worth another mention. The BMW M4 Group 4, sorry, and the Ferrari 458 Group 4, with the power and weight settings that we've got this season, make for an absolutely brilliant set of cars to race against each other. I know it's only 2 different cars, but they really are close to each other. I think it's slightly to do with me and Subaru Gaz having similar pace, but also the pace of the BMW just seems to come from the corners, and seems to have the advantage through the corners and possibly on the brakes. And then the Ferrari just seems to have the straight line speed, basically. So towards the end of the longer straights, it doesn't matter if Gaz is side by side halfway down the straight, I will end up pulling away and getting the position back by the end of the straight. So it makes for a really good race and a really good battle. As you can see, Subaru Gaz has got the tyres, the car to tackle the corners better than me, so that's why he's on my bumper every single corner. But I'm only staying ahead really because of the Ferrari's straight line speed. So we'll skip back up to Dan as we see him side by side with Bale, going for the inside line, not quite getting it done on the brakes, so he backs out and pulls back into 6th place, which is very wise if you don't feel like you've actually got the position. Otherwise that would have been contact, no doubt. So good driving there, although he didn't get the position from Dan. Bale having a bit of a moment of oversteer as he got off the brakes by the look of it a little bit late and tipped it into the apex. We'll check back in on Delhi. There's not a lot of change, they're still pretty much side by side. Delhi taking the place though in the second to last corner towards the end of lap 8 now, and putting White Shark back into 3rd place, but it looks like a temporary thing as Delhi goes wide on the exit, picks up a 1 second penalty and allows White Shark the momentum to pull alongside him down the straight and attempt the overtaking to T1, which he executes perfectly. Nice and clean driving from both of them there, and again brilliant awareness shown. If you're new to league racing, this is what you want to be aiming for, this kind of racing, and you can only race like this if you're completely aware of what's around you and where the other person is at all times. So we'll give Rafael a bit of a mention. He's doing a really good job, but he's just having a bit of a race on his own, so we've not really watched him yet, but doing a good job there in 4th place, Rafael, and I extend that to F1 as well. He's off down the road now on his own in 1st place with a decent lead, so unfortunately we probably won't skip to him too often, but still worth a mention. Obviously F1 worth a mention because he's having a really good race, but just not giving us that much action to watch, I'm afraid. So we'll go back to Delhi Not 1 inch being given from either of these drivers. Good close stuff yet again on that lap. So we'll skip Dan to down. We'll skip Dan to Dan. So we see Dan getting the run and the slipstream on Bale, but looks a little bit too far behind to get past. So he'll try and stick to his bumper and get the slipstream down this long straight. Dan doing a good job there. Late on the brakes, just managed to get down the inside of Bale, but then had a bit of a moment on the exit, Dan, so he's lost the run down the straight, and Bale's back into 5th place, but he's on the outside crucially, so let's see if Dan can hold him out and get that position back. No, looks like he again, he was aware he was there, just give him a bit of room, and Bale got a nice drive and good traction around the outside, managed to keep 5th place. Good driving. Dan looking to get past, but not quite managing that lap round. Red Bull Rings definitely delivered for us this week and given us some good racing to watch. So Dan up into 5th momentarily, back into 6th place now, and keeps chopping and changing between these two. Anyway, we'll go back up and see how Delhi's doing against White Shark. Surprisingly, there's actually a little bit of a gap between them. So Delhi's doing a good job now in 2nd place. White Shark looking to reel him in and get that 2nd place back off him. And then we'll skip back up to Dan again, putting loads of pressure on Bale at the moment. Goes for the inside line down the 2nd to last corner and gets the move done nice and cleanly. Bale ran a little bit wide, just avoiding contact, but good move all in all from Dan. He was alongside enough to make that work, so it wasn't like he pushed Bale off the track. So anyway, we're on lap 12 now. We will go back to White Shark and Delhi. We've got Robust the Hood in 8th place, momentarily in between me and Subaru Gaz. I've just seen a change, so Subaru Gaz has just taken that 8th place off Robust the Hood. See what's going on. So Robust and Diablo are now having a little battle. See a bit of contact there from Diablo, and Robust ends up in the gravel trap. Diablo doing the right thing and waiting for him, knowing that it was probably his fault. Bale's now had a bit of an incident, dropped into 8th place. I seem to be missing absolutely everything here, but yeah, dropped into 8th place, and that race with Dangly Balls is no longer a race. We've got Subaru Gaz all over the back of me. White Shark's back up into 2nd now. There's too many overtakes and so much close action going on that I just can't catch it all, if I'm honest. We're on to lap 13. I'm looking for some. Gaz running it side by side on the exit, getting the run down the straight. This is a fine example probably of what I was on about. So the Ferrari towards the end of the straight, just pulling away that little bit and just taking back that position. It don't really get any closer than this. Sorry, skipping through rather quickly. See on the little camera there in the cockpit, little camera showing how close Subaru Gaz is behind. Right on my bumper again as we run through the last corner. Anyway, we'll skip back up to Delhi and White Shark. White Shark now, as I've already said, in second place, Delhi in third. So really good race long battle going on between these two. I'm not taking anything away from F124YS that's in first place. He's done a really good job, but the fact that White Shark and Delhi have been at each other's throat the whole race has meant that he's just had the license to pull away and just gain more and more of a lead. As White Shark and Delhi inevitably have been losing that little bit of time when they've been side by side into corners and stuff like that. So we'll go through the order all together now. We've got F1 in first place, White Shark in second, GT Delhi in third, Rafael in fourth, Dangly Balls in fifth, ADG 123 in sixth, Subaru Gaz still right behind me in seventh, Diablo in eighth, and Robust the Hood in ninth now. So we've lost a player, which is Bales Tonovic. He seemed to drop back and then he just seemed to leave, so a bit unfortunate that he decided to do that, but never mind. So Robust is now in ninth place, and that's the last position. Diablo having a decent race by the look of it. I haven't seen too many moments from him, but just not got the pace around this track, it seems. We'll skip back to Subaru again and watch him right on my bumper. At the same time, we'll give the same respect to GT Delhi and White Shark in a minute. Again, Subaru Gaz doing a really good job, sticking with me the whole way. I'm not giving myself much credit, but I suppose I should do a little bit. It was a really good race between us, and there was not one bit of contact, and you've seen how close we've been pretty much lap after lap. Not one touch between our cars, so really respect Subaru Gaz after this one. So we'll skip up to Delhi and White Shark now and watch their little battle. GT Delhi dropped back a little bit off the back of White Shark, but certainly capable of making that back up. He's a good racer, is Dele. So pretty much stick with this for another lap as well. And just watch as Dele tries to reel White Shark back in for second place. Whilst we're just watching this and have got a chance to just think about different things, if you're watching these videos and you've never seen or heard of league racing, or you're interested in getting involved or whatever, go check out the Mature Racing Club on Facebook. And at the same time, I know this is a MRC video, but go check out SimFX as well. I personally race with both of the groups, and there's some really good racing that goes on. So yeah, if you're interested in getting involved, go check out those groups on Facebook and get yourself tooled up, practiced, and get involved in the league. I don't know why I said tooled up. I mean, buy a wheel if you want a wheel, or practice a lot if you're on the pad, or whatever. So Dele has managed to reel him back in, right on the back of White Shark again now as they come towards the lap, the end of lap 80, lap 17. God, it's full of mistakes is this one. Sorry about this. I haven't really got time to do stop it and try re-record it either. So you'll just have to be stuck with the mistakes this week. And not the best commentary it feels either. GT Dele doing a great job there, pushing it on White Shark, and eventually making second place his own again. So well done, Dele. Really good racing you've displayed all race, and White Shark obviously. So we're coming towards the end now. We've just got over 3 minutes left. So it's a crucial move, is that, from Dele. He just needs to try and hold on to it now and get those last couple of laps in. Anyway, we'll skip down. I know it's pretty close still between these, but we can skip to them at any point and it'll be close. So we can't just watch them and them only. We've got Dan in Rafael. Sorry, I keep missing Rafael. He's just having that lonely race where nothing's happened, but he's doing a really good job in fourth. Dangly Balls in fifth. He's made up a few places from the beginning of the race with that, after that contact with Robert the Hood. Not Dan's fault whatsoever, but yeah, putting back a few places on the first lap. So he's done a good job to make his way back through. Sixth is still held by me, and I've actually pulled a little bit of a gap away from Gaz, which is surprising to see. Robert the Hood now in 8th place, carrying a little bit of a penalty, but nothing to worry about. And then Diablo coming up in 9th place into the tight right-hander where you're braking downhill. So yeah, we'll go back to Dele and White Shark. This is pretty much the best of the action. Well, for the top position, that is. There's still me and Subaru Gaz fighting away, but like I say, if you're interested in just watching that race, I've already done a replay video just of my race against Subaru Gaz, so go check it out if you're interested, and you'll see a lot more of the action that way. But we'll stick with Dele and White Shark, because this is for second place at the end of the day. This is exciting stuff. White Shark down the inside as well, so back into second place is White Shark. Good job, good clean overtakes every single time as well between these two. So yeah, again, I think there was a tiny touch of contact at one point, but very, very clean racing all in all. So it's really good to see, and that's what we expect to see at the end of the day. Delhi only just got over a minute left now. So he needs to make this move. If he's going to make it, he's going for the inside. He was going for the inside and then he backed out, but it looked like Phil gave him the room, so then he accelerated again and went for the inside again by the look of it. I could have got that one wrong, but that's what it looked like. But ends up keeping the place, does White Shark, so does a good job through there. To say they were side by side at one point. So we're on to lap 20 now, which ends up being the last lap. So we'll quickly skip through again and just look what Subaru Gaz is up to behind me. Just to show that our battle went all the way to the last lap as well. Very, very close stuff. And Diablo actually comes into the mix, I think, eventually, or does it? No, I can't remember. Anyway, I shouldn't have said that. So we'll just stick with White Shark and Delhi and see who can do it on this last lap. F1 again, I've said it already, but having a really, really good race, pretty much off on his own from the start with the pace on everyone. So just pulled a really big lead and managed to just win the race quite easily, it seemed. Probably had no idea of the battles that were going on behind him. So it looks like Delhi's just a little bit too far back now. But let's stick with it, see if we can claw it back. Nope, so he's not managed, but very, very good racing anyway. White Shark taking second place, GT Delhi in third. So we'll skip to Rafael now and watch him over the line. Rafael doing a really good job, as I've already said, in fourth place. Good race from Rafael. Dangler Balls coming in home in fifth. We've got me still being chased right to the line by Subaru Gaz, but unfortunately the last couple of corners I ran wide, so I picked up too much of a penalty. So Gaz actually ended up taking sixth place, sorry. I took seventh. So although I had that half an hour race and battle with Subaru Gaz for position, it didn't actually matter on the line, but there you go. These things happen. Diablo in 8th and Robust the Hood in 9th. So very, very good racing again. Thank you very much for watching if you have done. I'm sorry it's probably seemed a little bit random and not the best commentary this week. I don't know, I'm just a bit stressed and stuff. So it hasn't come, personally, I haven't felt like it's come across brilliantly. It might feel better if I watch it back and realise it's not too bad. Anyway, I'll shut up about that. Thank you very much for watching. I'm ADG. If you haven't already, go and subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this, that is. And give it a like if you've enjoyed it too. So check it out. What am I on about? See you again soon. And yeah, I'm a bit tired, I think. Bye. So many mistakes. I apologise.